Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, the 3rd of February, 2016. Hope we had a good trading week. We had a good day on Tuesday. Wouldn't say it was super exciting, but we still got quite a bit done, at least in the morning. Some outstanding futures trades early, and then some stock stuff as well, both on the long and short side. So it was a decent day. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract daily chart. This is the S&P index in futures form, which is the pure technical form. And we're still hanging, near the lows of the last 6 months. Got an inverted cup, technically. A couple more, another week or so here, and then start to head lower. You've kind of got a head and shoulders formation, none of which looks good if you crack the lows. Crude oil down for the day, back under 30 to 29.67.5. Oof, ugly there. Of course, it's good for your cost at the pump. 60-cent loss on gold. S&P cash index down 36, but part of that was a gap. We'll look at that in a minute. NDX lost 93. Rolling over here. Keep in mind, we'll show you Google in a minute. Google was up big after earnings. Not as much as it was up in the aftermarket yesterday. I always tell people don't count aftermarket trading and don't trade it. But Google was up big. Came back a bit. Still closed positive. But remember, with Google up, the futures were down. NASDAQ futures. That's a tough road to hoe when Google weighted so heavily in the index. SOX index down 21 points. Still about where it's been for the last week or two. We're not really making new ranges there. Meanwhile, the biotech swept the lows, down 82. That does look ugly. We've talked about that for a while now. VIX up 2 to 21.98. Trend, high reading, close at 2.29. Brings the 10-day moving average to 1.21. Traded 1.9, almost 2 billion shares on the NASDAQ. It's up better than Tuesday, which was a drop-off. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ, negative 1850. Advanced decline ratio on the New York, negative 1882. Google, like I said, up over $10. It was higher, even higher in the post-market yesterday. Apple lost $1.95. Amazon down $22.71. That's not looking good. Look out. That's an inverted cup and handle breakdown, potentially on Amazon. Netflix down $2.60. And here's your put-call ratio. All right, let's take a look at the intraday action in 5-minute candles on the ES. And when I say 5, I mean 5. Again, Monday was fairly flat, gap down, filled the gap, tried to drift higher, closed about even. Was really narrow until that little pop late in the afternoon. Tuesday, though, the gap down is almost half the total move, and we never came back up into it at all. Traded less range for the day than we did on Monday. So that's a pretty unexciting day, but like I said, it was still good for us early. There's a nice couple of futures trades there right out of the gate. Here's the NASDAQ side. Gap down, also kept going. So what do we look at for tomorrow? Well, let's take a look at the economic data. We've got MBA mortgage index at 7 a.m., ADP employment change 8:15, ISM services at 10 a.m. That can move the market. Crude oil inventory is an hour in. That's the weekly number. Still have some other big stuff this week, including trade balance and non-farm payrolls with the unemployment rate on Friday. So there is some stuff that can move the market. Thursday's got some stuff too. So, again, we'd like to see the volume hold up. Now, keep in mind, some of that volume today was heavy because of Google and a couple of the other stocks that had some earnings. But still, better volume than the day before. That's important. And then we just like to see some better consistent price action. If you look at the first 2 mornings here, other than the first 20 minutes or so, hasn't been very exciting. So it's not a great start to the week in terms of big action, but we're still doing good. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal 12. If you've not taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out at any time for a couple weeks. If you do find these videos useful, please like them on YouTube. It does help us out. Have a great trading Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow night.